how are we? Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. I'm just looking at these axles that just rocked up, which we've been waiting forever for. So these are the Drive Shaft Shop's billet 1400 horsepower axles for the 911 turbo that we built. Super excited. Can't wait to get them in so then we can have some fun with that car. What else do we have here? I reckon this is some Ross balances. It looks like the way they package it. So we use the Ross balances on the Barras. Yeah, very cool bit of kit. So we keep the gold underdrive series in stock. Super high quality, really good looking balancer. That obviously does the job. Basically reducing the harmonics or dampening the harmonics that the engine creates. I mean, look at that. You can just tell it's quality. Wow, very cool. What else do we have? Some more billet parts that we get made. These are the sway bar relocation kits for the Huracans. A very basic item, but required for our kits. Some stock to go out, but I might as well update you on the rear-wheel drive Huracan that we're converting to all-wheel drive. A little bit of progress. So the diff is in. We had a bit of a look at it when I was on the floor the other day, and I showed you how small all the components were, and I guess we're quite impressed at how well this all goes together. It's almost like it was built to do it, because it was. You can sort of see that this is the diff now in the car. Haldex motor's there. The axles, they go in very simply. It's a little bit of a different hub setup to take the axles, but it's mounted very, very simply, and we're lucky that the chassis rail still has all the provisions already there. There is no wiring, however, so we have to wire it into the Motec, and then the Motec's going to control all of the front drive, which is a great system. Actually, this is another bit of the all-wheel drive upgrade system. So this is the factory or sump girdly type situation. There's already the casting and the machine work done. We literally just have to fit the bearings and the shaft. So this shaft goes through the girdle up into the back here. So if you look from this side, the transmission front output drive splines into there like it was meant to be done, right? So it is an option. Can probably come down and show you the intake manifold. What do you reckon of the color? I really like it. I am colorblind though, just for reference. Notable to tell you that this has the steel rotors rather than carbon. That is typical of a rear-wheel drive version. So I think last episode we showed you the billet intake manifold in pieces on the ground. So this is complete. So these are carbon inserts. We get them made by a local person that makes carbon fiber. But we get them in a few different designs because there's carbon schemes for these cars. So typically you'd have like some carbon here and there. And like, for example, the Performantes come with the forged carbon, whereas your Audi R8s or the base model Huracans come with your standard type of carbon. We also have these in the satin. So this in a satin as well, and this in a gloss as well. Yeah, it all comes down to preference, customer's preference, as well as the manifold itself we can get done in a range of colors. It's obviously anodized aluminium. So we do this for a few reasons. I wish I had one to show you. Actually, we can sort of show you. It's a bit of a mess, but factory manifold. Factory intake manifolds are plastic, which is pretty common for a modern day car, just with heat soak and, you know, these days the plastic technology has gotten a lot better and a lot more cost effective, I guess you can say, for the manufacturer. Well, it still looks good, but once we start adding boost and adding the ignition cuts and whatnot on gear shifts, there's a false sealing up in here that's just like plastic welded in. It actually breaks those plastic welds, and the top sealing drops and covers all the trumpets, or covers them intermittently, and the car will misfire horribly. So the first time it happened to us, we thought we hurt the engine. We're like, shit, this thing's down cylinders. But then it would come good. We're like, well, how's it coming good? Pull it off, and like I said, this false sealing had fallen and covered the trumpets or the runners. And I guess through running, you know, while one's sucking and one's not, it was flapping up and down, which was allowing some air in, not quite enough for it to still be running, and then swap what cylinder was misfiring. So we've got another car here. This was actually the original PR Bull, got sold to a customer in Queensland. It's now known as Forged. I thought I'd show you another intake manifold. So it's the same manifold, obviously anodized a different color, and this has the gloss forged inserts to match the forged factory carbon bits and pieces that are throughout the car, like even the lid. I don't know if you can see it on camera there, but that's all forged carbon as well. You know, the spoiler, all this. Lots of fun bits and pieces.